Hey everyone, my name is Matt with Dynamo Studios, and today we're going to be learning about the basic editing tools in Lightroom CC. First things first, you'll want to get into your programs and open up Lightroom CC. At first it's going to look pretty empty, so what we have to do is import a few photos to start working on. Dynamo has put together a folder of image files from some of our favorite photographers, and you can get access to these files by clicking the link in the description or checking out the download section on dynamostudios.org. Once you've downloaded the files and put them in the right place, go back to Lightroom CC. Start by clicking the plus icon in the top left of the screen. You'll see Browse when you hover over it. Find the downloaded folder, select all the files, and then click Review for Import. You'll see Add to Album at the top of the screen. I like to use albums to organize my projects, so I'm going to create a new album called Dynamo Lesson 1. Then I'll click Add Photos to start the import. Importing files will only take a few seconds. Now you can see the files in Lightroom CC. Select any of them to get started. I'm going to pick this one that's been lent to us by photographer Jared Scott. You can support any of the industry professionals that have helped us here at Dynamo by following them on social media. Make sure to shoot them a message to say thanks too. Now that we've got our files downloaded, imported, and put into an album, it's time to start editing. On the right of your screen, you'll see some sliders that might look familiar. Pretty much every photo editing software, whether it's Instagram, VSCO, or Photoshop, is going to have an exposure slider, where we can change the sensitivity to light, a contrast slider, which controls the difference between white and black, a highlight slider that affects the brightest parts of the image, a shadows slider that affects the darkest parts of the image, and both whites and blacks sliders that we'll talk about more in another lesson. So let's go back to our image real quick. This photo is underexposed, which basically means it's too dark. We can fix this by moving the exposure slider left or right, depending on whether the image is too light or too dark. We can move the contrast slider to make the details pop a little bit more, and our highlights and shadows let us fine-tune things. And that's our first lesson. Make sure you go through the provided files and play with them a little so that you can see how the different sliders affect different images. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Matt for Dynamo Studios. See you next time.